over a year of a brake issue.
This is the oven cleaner rim detail. I lost some of the audio, but all the good parts are still here, so let's jump into it.
This is Champion Auto Spa, London, Ontario. I'm AJ Subal. I just switched over to my summer rims on my car, and the winter rims are in really bad condition. Check this out. I had brake issues, and it was causing a lot of wear and tear, a lot of brake dust to build up on the inside here. You can see there are different layers. If I try to flake this off, it's gonna come off in pieces. There's like multiple layers of brake dust here, and I tried using a plastic scraper. I tried using really powerful chemicals that you guys have seen on the channel before, and it helped a little bit, but after a lot of scrubbing, I just said, you know what, let's try and step it up to a more aggressive method. So I have a couple things to show you here today on this video, and hopefully if you guys have really bad rims like these, you can see a difference. So like, see here, there's like different flakes coming out of the corner. You can see all of this buildup. I already hit the face of the wheel a little bit. I cleaned up some of the face here, but there's still a lot of stuck on bits in the middle. So that's what we're doing today. On this channel, we have used PNS Brake Buster before. It's a purple liquid. I have here my own separate mix. This is not the usual bottle that it comes in. I'll throw up a photo of what it looks like regularly. You guys probably know about it. We also have something a little bit more hardcore. This is Sonak's iron remover, fallout cleaner. A lot of different brands have this. You can get Turtle Wax, Meguiar's, all of these guys. It's a really smelly chemical, and it turns purple when it reacts to all the iron. So you guys have probably seen that in my videos before. I used both of that stuff. I soaked these rims down for more than half an hour. I went after it with a very heavy duty microfiber, but it's 100% polyester. But it is very aggressive, only for use on rims, exterior trim pieces. I had this for my rubber, and then I even went in with a medium bristle toothbrush and a bunch of this fallout cleaner, and it didn't really do anything. So eventually I went in with like a plastic tool, more sharp on the end like a scraper, and I went in and it was doing something. But I've also read on the internet around that a lot of people use this Easy Off oven cleaner to get rid of a lot of this brake dust and to cut through there. I've seen it used before, but I've never done it myself personally. Factory painted, they are over 10 years old, but I think they're pretty good for how they've been treated, except for this time. But we'll see if this damages the clear coat and the paint or anything, or if it actually just targets our iron dust. So that is the process that we're going to be doing today. Of over a year of a brake issue. I've seen it in videos and in real life, so I'm excited to try this out. I want to know how safe it actually is. These are factory rims, they're alloy.
So here we are applying our oven cleaner to the barrel of this rim. Unfortunately, the spray head wasn't working properly, so I tried to layer as much of it in one area as I could. Get that nice layer of foam down there. I could see within the first few seconds it was starting to activate somehow and turn brown. This type of product tells you to let it soak in and work away. Of course, when you're a mobile detailer like me, you need a product that's fast acting. So I wanted to see just what this thing would do. I got a little bit impatient. I didn't really let it soak. This is in real time. Just 20 seconds or so after I sprayed it, I went in with my microfiber cloth just to see what was happening. It was softening up a lot of these iron deposits, but it wasn't as big of a difference as I was expecting. I reapplied a little bit of it to the area, and then I would let it dwell for the proper 5 to 10 minutes. In this next clip, I return to it after about 10 minutes and I try to wipe it away again. The foam itself did turn brown on the bottom layer, but it really was not cutting through as well as I thought it could. I had higher expectations for this. It seems like there are other iron removers that a detailer regularly uses that is just as powerful or maybe even more powerful than this. If you've seen other videos of people using oven cleaner on their rims on YouTube, it's never this bad. This is one of those rare circumstances. The oven cleaner, unfortunately, even after 10 minutes of soaking, was not enough to cut through this. Later on, I came back and I sprayed more oven cleaner and tried to go in with a toothbrush to sort of agitate it, not just relying on the foam, and it still did not do as well as we would have hoped.
You saw me use the paper towel method with trying it with both the fallout cleaner and with the oven off. Because we're in an open environment and because there's a lot of air movement, it dries out really quick. So you place your paper towels and you soak the paper towel in the chemical and leave it on the surface instead of just leaving bare liquid there that's going to evaporate. This paper towel will let it soak there and let the chemical interact for a lot longer than it would if you just sprayed the liquid. After a whole lot of scrubbing with our plastic tool and the toothbrush, we have this left over. So I'm going to keep working on this thing and we'll be back in a few hours, see how it comes out. My actual oven cleaner that I'm using isn't spraying properly, or else I would have shown you a nice wide spray pattern on there. The instructions say to leave it for an hour and a half, and I don't have that time when I'm working on the job. Maybe if I was at my home garage, I'd be able to let it soak down, but this is not acting as fast as I thought it would. It takes a lot of time and a lot of elbow grease, so I will be searching for an even better chemical, trying to find something very heavy duty that will cut through there. I've seen people trying to scrape it off dry with a metal tool, and that seems to be the fastest method, although it is the most dangerous method for causing scratches. Something like this tool, I know for a fact is not going to be bad for the alloy of the rim. And you can see there the different layers. Bare metal versus the first couple layers versus even more. You see that separation, that step to darkness between them. And then in these corners too, sort of flaking off, turning into, some of it is flaking off, some of it just turns to mud and like liquid brown.
So, final thoughts on using oven cleaner in order to detail your rims? I don't think it's worth it. And I know that there are things out there that cost around the same amount of money and do a better job, and it's meant for detailing, so no damage and no guesswork. Next week, I'm going to be releasing part 2 of this video, where I show you what actually works when you're dealing with this type of brake dust. Leave a like, subscribe, tune in next week.